Hello and welcome to Stage Screen and In Between. I'm Helen and we have a fantastic night tonight. I'm at the Long Island International Film Expo at the Belmore Movies, and I have here with me Donna McKenna, who is a fabulous casting director and a producer, and she has a film in this festival that will be screening next week on Tuesday called Leaves of the Tree.
Yes.
And it's starring Eric Roberts. Donna, this is a fabulous movie, I hear.
Yes, I'm very, very excited about this movie. It has so special meaning to me and our team, Leaves of the Tree. Leaves of the Tree will premiere Tuesday night at 7:45 here.
And it has to do with a mystical quality, a healing quality that this tree has. And Eric Robert, if I have it right, he plays an attorney. Is that what he was? Yes. And this was actually filmed in Sicily. And Donna went over to Italy with the entire crew, and that had to be a fabulous experience. You want to tell us something about that?
Yes, it was amazing. This film is based on a story of a book that our executive producer and writer David Healy wrote called Kindness to the Dam, and he adapted the script along with Ante Nabakovic, who directed this film, and we're very excited about that. And we went to Italy in Castel di Mare del Goffo, and we shot for 27 days there. Mm-hmm.
And I understand that actually, because of its religious and inspirational theme, a lot of Christian film festivals are interested in it. And now, if I recall, when I read the synopsis, something about the tree, actually, when you cut this tree, it has a red liquid that comes from it, almost like a blood, so there's like a message in it. Is that correct?
Oh my God, yes, you're good, Helen. Oh my gosh. It is. It's a mystical healing tree. It's an olive tree, and the leaves have mystical healing powers that help our patent attorney, the character played by Eric Roberts, help cope with his illness and actually help other people in the film cope with their not that they have illnesses, but just their youth and their vibrance. And
speaking of other people in the film, Sean Young is in the film, right?
God, yes. Oh my God, yes. Sean Young is in the film. Eric Roberts, Armand Asante, Federico Castelluccio, Patrick Gorman, Osman Sirgood, Tyler Hollinger, Kresh Novakovic, Marisa Brown, Colin Walker. Oh my God, there's so many. Wait, who am I forgetting? Because I don't want to forget everybody. I said Colin Walker. Oh, Gaetano Soriano, who is from LA, and he's brilliant. We've got a lot of people from Italy, Turkey, Slovenia, Croatia, and we have, which I'm so excited and proud of, this young, up-and-coming teenage actress who we discovered in Houston, Texas, called Sarah Sebastiano. It's her first film, and she gets to play Sean Young and Eric Roberts' daughter. First film, right? Pretty cool, right?
So now let's say somebody can't make it to the expo this week to see it. Make sure you catch it at another festival. And is there a website that somebody can go to get more information about it?
Yes, we do. We have our website, leavesofthetree.com, I believe it is, the movie. Oh my God, I should know this. I believe it's leavesofthetree.com. But they can also just Google it and they could see the trailer.
Just Google it with all those names. You just put in one of those stars' names or Donna McKenna's name, and it'll come up. So not that we want to be name droppers, but we did drop a few names.
We have to say thank you to everybody that helped make this possible.
Thank you, Donna, and I'm looking forward to seeing this movie.
God, thank you, and thank you for supporting the arts and independent film, and amazing, and your show is great, and thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
There is a line that divides humanity and divinity. I crossed it.
So you can't take this opportunity right now to retire and get creative?
I've been going to rehab 4 times a week for a year so I could come back to work.
I bring to you the greatest scientific discovery in the history of this company.
Olive leaves. This is a coup. A real coup.
Fate brought you here.
The good doctor cured me.
I'm so very tired of doctors, honey.
This will be my last one. The leaves do exhibit a
a medicinal effect, but we've yet to isolate why or how yet.
We don't even have a signed contract. It's all just speculation.
But you will.
Apply to damaged tissue. The remedy creates a hemotopic cell surge.
And that helps us how?
I'm working on an answer.
When was this removed? 2 days prior. The Pancha leaves died immediately after being cut.
I never knew you to be religious.
Spying on our lack of progress.
Chaperoning. We're all just minors.
Myth creates the slightest of tears in the fabric of our reality.
This Pope does not appreciate our work. This is God's work, not ours.
These so-called myths eventually serve as truths.
It's the future of our order.
In some instances, becoming more realistic than reality itself.
A historian.
A preacher's daughter.
It is said they were carrying cuttings of the tree the Lord was crucified on.
Diego, he's been here a while. I know the order all too well.
Well, there's got to be an answer.
If that's even possible.
It's possible. I'm living proof of it.
So if people knew,
They would do very terrible things to possess it.
The symbols here and here in the stone make this centuries old.
how can I help?
I can't answer that for you.
It could very well belong to the Vatican.
Noi non abbiamo bisogno di aiuto.
Maybe the tree chooses them as well.
No, science can't explain that.
That's what you're missing. In analysis, you're looking directly at cells and not what's in between them.
What can I say? I mean, this is Debbie's night. She's a Nassau County Film Commissioner. She's an executive producer, a casting director, a writer, and I know I'm missing something else. Did I say director? No, I said casting director and a director. And she has, was it 3 films just tonight? Yes. 3 films tonight. You had Last Taxi Driver, and you wrote that and directed that, yes. Right? And cast that.
Yes.
And was it Living with the Dead? Was that yours?
Living with the Dead, I cast and executive produced. And Man from the City, I produced and cast. Wow. So, yeah, it was fun.
And each one is so different and unique that you don't even know that you actually did all 3 because they're different.
Right. Well, I didn't direct Man from the City or Living with the Dead, so even though it's definitely teamwork without a question, the director kind of puts it all, the one who has the final seal on everything, and Christine's direction is going to be very different than mine, which is very different than Elias's, plus the subject matter. You had where Last Taxi Driver was a comedy, the other 2 were very serious.
With Robert Clohessy in it, he's a riot. So let me ask you, what's your favorite thing about tonight? Because tonight was a special night. I mean, and there had to be maybe some angst that it was coming, because the opening of the festival it's a lot of work for you, let's face it. And you had 3 movies playing tonight. So what was that like?
It was amazing because, first of all, it was very exciting to hear people laugh during Taxi. So I'm sitting there waiting and hearing the laughter was like, yay! I loved Man from the City, of course, because I'm looking at all the gorgeous locations, and it's shot here in Nassau County. So
was that shot in Nassau County?
Yes. So, just like how beautiful it was and how much fun it was on set, and Living with the Dead, which is just such a brilliant movie that Christine wrote as well, yes. Christine Bertugan. And, just watching that, and I hadn't seen it on the big screen before, so that was exciting.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, and we were only able to go to a couple of days of that because she did not shoot it in Nassau, and she shot a lot of it upstate, which we went to, but we just couldn't go that often because of everything else I do. But I love that both Deb Twiss and actually Deb Twiss, Bobby Clohessy, and Emily Jackson are in The Last Taxi Driver, and in Living with the Dead, they wanted to work together again. So when I was writing and casting Living with the Dead, Last Taxi Driver, I put them all together, and they just had so much fun. So
that's good. There's a good chemistry with all of you there. So let me ask you, do you have any more movies coming up, or this was it?
I do. On Friday night at 6:45 in that block there, I have my movie Leaving. Yeah, which is very different than Last Taxi Driver.
And there's a good song in there too, right?
Yeah, but they won for best song called "Look Around" by Eclecticism Publishing. Joe Halsey, who is the lead, one of the male leads in there, in Leaving. It's his music company that gave us the song for it. So
right.
Yeah.
And he's the same actor that is winning the Best Actor award for Junkie Heaven.
Yes.
But that's not your movie.
I cast it.
You cast it.
I forgot I cast that movie. I did. I cast that movie. I didn't produce it, but I did the casting for it. Yeah. So I forgot about it.
You know how to pick the talent because they're winning.
I love great actors. I'm in awe of great actors, and there's certain people you can put them in almost any role, and they're just going to excel. You know
what I was thinking was so funny as I was watching the movies tonight. I was saying, Debbie does all these things. Why isn't she acting now?
Well, that's funny you should say that because
Are you considering it?
I was approached by a director that I'm going to be working with about 2 weeks after the film festival. I'm not only going to cast the movie, but he asked me to be the lead in it.
Oh, that's so exciting. Are you going to do it?
I initially said no, and he said, let me talk you into it, and I read the script, and we sat down and spoke, and I did actually study acting back in college, and I did some acting about 15 years ago, but I read the script, and I said, I could do this.
Yeah. And then, of course, the director can always work with you. And you, my goodness, isn't that funny how I picked up like that?
Yeah, I'm like,
isn't that funny? No, you didn't tell me that, so you heard it here first. Oh, well, congratulations on that, and we're going to look for you now.
Okay. The movie's called Burr, B-I-R-R, Burr.
Is it a drama?
It is a drama. It's sci-fi as well. Oh. Yeah, so I play a special agent who has to interrogate somebody. It's kind of cool.
Very cool. So you want to give a website or two that you're affiliated with that people can find out more about you?
Okay. Well, there's 3 different websites. First of all, my company, my film company is intentionfilmsandmedia.com, intentionfilmsandmedia.com. They want to find out about the film festival, it's longislandfilm.com. And the film office, which I run, is, it's NassauCountyNY.gov/film. So whatever you're looking for, there's a website for it.
And there you have her, Debra Markowitz. Thank you, Debbie.
Thank you, Helen.
You know it's not healthy to keep going back, Emily.
It's not fair. I didn't do anything wrong.
How can people heal if you don't give them the space they need to get on with their lives?
I've given them space. I've given them too much space.
I look around, everything's changing in some way. Nothing lasts, even stone starts to fade.
I would never hurt my family.
You think it's easy for your family? You popping in and out when you miss them?
It wasn't your fault. I never thought it was.
I just feel like they're not gonna even remember me. Like this was never real. I'm just gonna disappear.
You can't ever disappear.
I just wanna stay. Can I please just stay?
This beautiful lady, Deborah Twiss, has not one, but 2 movies that are playing in the festival, and I just saw them both, and you were phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
You were Living with the Dead, which she was so funny, and the other one was Last Taxi Driver. That was the funny one.
Yeah.
That was the funny. The scenes in the back of the taxi, that was very, very funny. But now, Debra, you're also a writer and a producer, and tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I write, and because of writing, I like to direct what I write. And I directed a film called A Cry from Within, where I star opposite Eric Roberts and Kathy Moriarty, and it's actually based on a real haunting that we had, and that came out in March 17th, and it's available on Amazon Prime and Comcast and Time Warner and iTunes and all over the place. And people seem to really like it a lot. It's actually got a twist of an ending. It's not your typical ending for a horror film.
So it is a horror genre, but it has a surprise ending. So that's great. So let me go back to the festival now. How was it working with Robert Clohessy? Because You work with them twice in these movies.
Yes, I worked with him in both of those films, and also I play his wife on Blue Bloods. I'm Sheila Gormley, and he was also in a film that I shot in December that I directed called Confidence Game, where we star with Jim McCaffrey and Sean Young. Wow. Yeah. So, but Bobby is amazing. He is so fun. Yeah. And you can't get enough of him. He's like potato chips.
He's a lot of fun, and you're so gorgeous. So tell me, what's up next for you?
Well, we're finishing up Confidence Game right now, the dark, sexy noir thriller that has all these amazing characters that are like grown-ups. They're all like over 35. Imagine that.
Is this a feature length?
Yep, absolutely a feature. I don't really make shorts because with the amount of effort it takes to create anything, you may as well just make a feature. Okay. And I've got I'm in an Italian film. It's an Italian filmmaker named Gabriele Altabelli, and I'm in his film called American Fango. And then I'm also doing a series called Crazy Town, which we're going to be shooting the pilot for that this summer. And then there's amazing script that I'm working on right now called A Beautiful Distraction, and that's going to be shot in the fall.
You have a lot going on. So listen, is there a website where somebody can get in touch with you or see what you do?
DebirahTwissActress.com. And also, if you just go to IMDb, the link to my website's there.
Thank you, Debra.
Thank you so much.
The country continues to be in a state of emergency.
How are you still out here?
Me? That's what I do.
We ask that you remain inside.
Oh.
Highways are closed. There is no public transportation.
Hey!
A new world awaits us.
Just open the door!
And we will survive.
Freaking deadbeats.
Be safe. God bless you, and God bless America.
I have with me here Steve Sage, who is a man that, although doesn't have a lot of hair, he wears a lot of hats. And tonight... Me too. Don't take it off now. I have hat head.
Yeah.
But
something I don't get.
Tonight he was involved with a couple of the movies that we just saw. Steve, you want to tell us about that?
Well, the first movie I was involved with tonight was called The Last Taxi Driver, directed by Debra Markowitz. And that was a lot of fun to do. We did that in the middle of the winter. It was freezing cold. And I was cameraman on that. I shared that with Mark Ryu, who was a DP. And me and him, we had a really good time shooting that film. And then I've been like the second unit person lately for a lot of these filmmakers, these indie filmmakers. And I've worked with Deb Twiss doing Confidence Games. I shot a whole bunch of scenes of that. And then on the, what is it called? The Living with the Dead with Emily Jackson.
Living with the Dead.
Amazing performance. I shot some of those scenes as well.
You know what? We were remarking as we were watching it. Wow, this footage is so clear, crystal clear, and the angles were so unique. You know, there's a scene with the boy up in the tree, and
I had nothing to do with those.
Oh, you didn't?
I only shot the scene when she was walking out of the train station and sitting down in the Queens Plaza. Actually, that was Forest Hills.
I remember that. It was wonderful. Forest Hills. I'm from Queens originally, so I know where that is.
Right off of the train station, she walked down. So you know, I was lucky enough to get involved with that. And Debra Markowitz, she set me up with that. So, you know, I'm becoming known as the second unit DP or the pickup shot guy.
Do you like that?
It's cool. I'd rather shoot the whole movie and give my look, but eventually.
Is there a website where somebody can get a hold of you if they want to see more about you?
My website is stevesageproductions.com. And also, Sunday, we have Disco, which is, I was DP editor on Disco, Fred Carpenter's Disco. That's right. And Sunday night, my short film premieres, Junkie Heaven, which my lead actor, Joe Halsey, won for Best Actor. So
Joseph Halsey. You want? I saw Junkie Heaven. I saw it. They sent it to me. It was phenomenal. Wow, it also has Sal Rendino in it.
Sal Rendino, who he's off the charts.
It was amazing. And who was the girl on that? Because she was very good.
She's great.
Yeah,
Nicole,
she was very good, too.
amazing.
So Sunday is a good night here,
And
too.
tomorrow night, my music video with Victoria Toka is in the festival as well, called Ready to Run. That starts at 7:45.
Okay, so when you say your music video, is you just shot it or you created it?
Writer, and I didn't shoot it. I had a crew shoot it so I can direct it.
Oh, okay.
But me and Lee Kalinsky wrote it, actually. And Lee Kalinsky's a writer.
Involved with Junkie Heaven.
And Send No Flowers and a couple of films like that.
These people really have great credentials. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
I forgot to tell you, don't jump out of the shot. Let's do that again. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thanks for having me. Have a great time.
You're welcome. I was just floored by the performance of this young lady, Emily Jackson, in Living with the Dead.
Thank you.
It's a feature-length film, and I couldn't get over it. Your acting is sensational.
That is a huge compliment. Thank you.
Because you don't know that she's acting. You're really like drawn right into the movie from the get-go, and it's a mystery, isn't it? You're really not quite sure what's going on with it. It kind of has to do with death and dying and deeper thought, and you're having some kind of angst, but we can't quite pinpoint what it is. And I'm wondering, do you even know what it is? You know?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. We talked a little bit tonight about how suicide is the main theme, but we talked also about the realization of, for Max, it's not really suicide. She's sort of dealing with that happening to someone else, and the journey for her is so complex. You know, it begins as one thing, and then I think she gets lost, and the realization is that she doesn't even herself know what it is, and she has to let it go in order to live a full life. And yeah, it's tough.
But you did it so well. I mean, she was very emotional, and as I said, there were times she was in the woods. She was, laying down or on a tree, and whatever it was, she was always different and unique, and it was never like a copycat thing that you did. So let me ask you, what else have you did? Where did you come from?
I came from New Jersey. I went to school in Los Angeles. I went to California Institute of the Arts for acting. And I've been doing...
That trip paid off.
Yeah. Thank you. My professors will be so happy. And my parents. Yeah, and then I've wanted to get into film. That's sort of what I hope to have a career in.
This isn't your first movie, is it?
This is my second movie. Yeah. So the first was a horror film called Headless. Check it out. And then I've done a handful of short films that hopefully will be doing festival circuits. And
you ever do any theater?
Yeah, that's what I went to school for. Yeah. Did some theater, and then I have a movie coming out called Incarnate, with the people who did Paranormal Activity and all of those things, with some awesome people. So hopefully that'll be in theaters soon, and you guys can see it.
Okay. Do you have a website where somebody can find out more about you?
IMDb, Emily Jackson, and you'll find me there.
Thank you, Emily. I know we're going to see a lot more of you.
Thanks, I hope so. Thank you.
Maxine. Max, can you hear me? Are you trying to get everyone's attention or actually trying to end your life?
I was just trying to get some sleep.
You're gonna have to do a lot better than that.
You gotta keep moving on, you know.
He was my best friend.
Which one are you reading?
I have with me now the co-producers from All in Time, which is a movie that's screening right now, and we should be in there watching it because I saw the trailer and it looked phenomenal. You're going to have to send it to me. So we have Chris Fetchko and Marina Donohue. Yes. I love seeing a woman being a co-producer. Is this your first project together?
It is, yes. And we've been having so much fun, and we're honored to be here. Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to be here.
Now, are you co-writers as well?
Yes. Co-writers, co-directors.
How did that work out? You have any head-butting?
Of course. I always like to say, we're both really passionate about the movie, so it's good that we're both passionate because it helps us get it across the finish line.
So let's hear a little bit about the storyline. It has something to do with somebody that goes back to Pennsylvania to manage a band. And tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay. Well, it's based on Chris's real life story. And he really did get out of kind of a blue collar town in Pennsylvania and make it to New York City. Okay. And then he kind of found that he was going home a lot to Pennsylvania to see his favorite rock band and a girlfriend at home. And he was miserable in New York, and he kind of figured, well, you know what, I'm kind of only here because this is making my parents happy. And
she knows your story pretty well. Yeah. Isn't that funny? I happen to have a vacation house in Shawnee in Pennsylvania, so you know where that is, by the Delaware Water Gap. So you went back. Well, you don't tell the ending because then that would ruin everything. Right. But you went back and you actually managed the band.
Yeah. So the movie's very autobiographical in the first half, and then it's not really that interesting of a life, so we had to make up stuff to make a movie worthy of a movie. So we have a few twists and turns, but it's basically about a guy following his dream to manage his favorite rock band.
Oh, okay. Now, is this your first effort?
Film-wise, no. I've produced and written some films before, but this is our first time directing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the best of luck to you. And you want to mention the man that did the music for you?
Oh, yeah. Christopher North, who's here tonight, did all of our original music. There's a rock band called the Badleys that are involved in the movie. They're a real band out of Pennsylvania, and people really like them. And there's a singer named Laura Shea from Pennsylvania. So it's a big music film, and if you like music and you like movies, you should really check out All in Time. Okay. And the website is allintimefilm.com.
And it's a beautiful love story. Oh. And the female characters are really strong, too. So,
good. Yes. We love strong female characters. Okay, so check it out. All in Time.
Thank you.
I have with me now Rhonda Swindell, and she's in a music video called For the Moment. Yes. And so tell me, how long have you been singing? Because you're a singer in it.
Oh, I've been singing since I was 11 years old. Oh. I love to sing. It's just, it releases so much energy.
Yeah. Is this your first music video?
Oh, no. I've done, oh, my God, a lot.
How long did it take you to do this? Because I know that some of them can be quite complicated.
Well, this one only took a day. It was filmed on the beach on Long Island, and it was just filmed in different areas, some high, some low, some on the beach, some just different.
Now, I didn't happen to see it. Were you the only one in the music video? And is there a message to it?
Okay, the message is enjoy everyone, everything, nature, and just embrace it because it can all be gone. And actually, one of the writers, it's about his love.
Okay. Is it online somewhere? If we don't see it in the festival, is there somewhere that we can hear it?
Yes, you can see it on YouTube, Vandalism, Facebook.
Okay. And give the name again, please.
It's For the Moment.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Thank you.